Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda. A very Chaitanic afternoon, a very conscious afternoon. To all Krishna, soul searcher, all Krishna conscious path worker. This discourse recording is about the topic called Chants, the mind of special. I am afraid of something that people, those are devotees of Krishna, may find it a little bit awkward to understand the topic. Because I am also the conscious path worker, and they are also, and they have offered you a program of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And when we say that chants the mind of specials, that doesn't mean that we cannot chant. I when go to ISKCON Vrindavan, I just listen to them. Sometimes I recite one or two mantras, not more than that. But everybody else, young, old, middle age, everybody is chanting those mantras, doing japas. And so young age of people, they want to be salved. And when they have not done any kind of sin right now, they have not just lived it. The life they have just began. And they are into japas. They want to be clever with their soul, that they want to serve it themselves, that how much sin they have done. And when the people, those have offered that japas to them, that mantras, when they do that, and when they do in that same temple, where other public is coming, where others are coming, so it creates something special in their mind, that they have offered their life to the Lord Krishna, they have surrendered their life, and they are chanting, and they become special in their mind. And that is not their problem or their mistake. That is not their mistake, that their mind becomes special. They somehow start seeing the Lord like that they can only come to the next level of mind by pushing someone else down. Means you are not Krishna conscious soul searcher. I have surrendered my life. I have taken the membership. I am doing the japas, mantras. And that must be something that you are not doing, but I am doing. And therefore, I am someone special. I will be reaching there first. I will be reaching the Golokas first. I will be reaching that Krishna consciousness first. You will be after me. You won't have a chance to celebrate your body. That their mind tell to them. And that kind of consciousness is not of soul consciousness. That is of something called mind consciousness. Your mind is playing with you. Because you are playing with your mind. Your mind in return play with you. If you don't play with your mind won't play with you. I mean to say, if you are trying to achieve something through the ways of mind, if you think that there is Krishna listening to your mantras and everybody else's mantras, and you will be happy about that, you calling his name every time, and sometime he will come to you. Sometime he will come to this earth and meet you. because you have taken so many mantras. But you don't understand why he will come to you. Why the Krishna consciousness, the Krishna himself will come to you after those mantras. What you want to ask from me? What you have the work within? And I am sure you might have forgotten the real meaning of you joining the consciousness, because you have been washed. You have been only doing mantras. And you have forgotten that what you were trying to attain, what you were trying to accomplish by joining this conscious world, by reading those books. And when you become special, that you have paid some institution called the consciousness of Krishna, and the others, those are coming for the worship, they are not paid members, and that becomes some kind of mind specialty. So that means you are not even bothered about whether there is really Krishna consciousness available or it is just a myth. I think you are walking with the myth. You are walking with the thought of that consciousness is not available. You don't have anything to achieve. You have made up your mind. And somewhere you start feeling jealous with the outer world, because what they have made up for your mind, you have starting accepted that. And that acceptance will certainly is something out of that conscious world. That is of the mind acceptance. Because if you are conscious about the Krishna consciousness, and if you are trying to be conscious, then you must understand that is your personal affair with that Lord Krishna consciousness. That is not public affair. And being special with your mind depending on others, that means you don't understand simply the Lord Krishna. That your speciality, that what you do, is just belong to you. When others won't be present, when you will be only one-on-one with the Krishna consciousness, then where your life will be? When you will be just watching yourself with the Krishna consciousness, when there won't be anybody to whom you will feel special about, like your place, like your room, like your own mind, then what about that? You will be again in some kind of misery. You won't be able to feel the love of it, because that love is given to us. You have not bought it, you have not received it, it is given to us. And when that kind of life is available for us, when we are available, when we are ready to accept the kindness, accept the love, that acceptance becomes more and more and more. Then you never worry about others. You just keep yourself within you. You won't mind others watching you. You won't mind what others are doing. Then you just go with that consciousness of yours. You just keep yourself alive within you. Mind is cunning. Their mind is cunning. Their mind is cunning because they don't even know themselves. If they had known then you might be doing something else rather than doing japas, rather than doing mantras. They would have given you the consciousness, they would have given you your life to you. Because they don't even know within themselves. But because Krishna is such kind of character that everybody, even if you don't say anything, everybody gets attached to it. People have their own soul attached to it. That is why that society is very much popular all over the world. Not for some meaning related in the scripture, but people love towards it, people consciousness toward it. That means when I see myself, when I see that I will be available totally. When I see that my mind I will drop my mind for the path of consciousness, for the path of Krishna soul searching. And why I will do that? Because I want to put my mind aside. I don't want my mind to be in between with my soul and my love, with my Krishna and my consciousness. That is how it can be achieved. That is how it can be done. But because we are present only because of somebody else, they have given us the soul of books. They have not given us what we are. If you see somewhere in the books, it might have been written. But when you drive your mind, you do not give time to yourself. When you do not give time to yourself, then you lost yourself. Giving that conscious time is life. When Lord Krishna consciousness is purely available to you, you are not hiding it, you are living it. And when you are living it, you are just one-on-one with it. Never try to do such things. Those will keep you busy. Because this life is out of that consciousness, and everything within that life is reigning with it. If you want to attain something, it is in abundance before us, around us. But when we are not available to it, then nobody can give you the same. You have to be available to it. You have to be available to the soul. And that availability only becomes available when you set yourself free from the real mysteries to real consciousness. You leave everything aside and you be just simply available. And because you don't want your mind to tell you that you must attain the consciousness just right now. It may take some time. It may take some time when you want to be one-on-one with the consciousness. And that only because when you try to make it hurry, when you try to accomplish that achievement within that much time, you want to do right now, just now, then what becomes of you is again a mind trip. You lose your way, you lose your sight, you lose your madness. You lose of trust. Because then you start accepting your mind that it must be right now. You must get it right now. But thinking of that consciousness you want to attain, and if it is coming from somewhere else, how you can ask someone to give it right now? But it is available. So being special about life, you must attain consciousness first. If you are fully conscious fully aware about the Krishna consciousness, then nobody can stop you from being lovable, being miraculous, being charming. Nobody can stop you from doing that. But you have to be available for that. That availability becomes you, becomes the consciousness. And the consciousness itself is Lord. Consciousness itself belongs to the Lord Krishna. And we must not hide from it. Even we must not run from it. We must live it. Live it like we can. There is no problem with the japas. But the problem is that you are into that. You are into that japas. You have surrendered yourself. You have surrendered your life into that. And when God wants to give you something from the outside, you have closed your door. You have closed your door of that conscious society. That if somebody else is coming from the outside and trying to give us some knowledge of it, then you treat and understand that is some kind of enemy, some kind of barrier to your life. Because you always want to learn from the inside, the books you have been receiving, the discourses you've been receiving. You have made dealing with your mind that this is the only, and even in the books that is written in the form of mayas, that there will be so many people coming to you in the Kali Yuga to tell you that this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. And what you will do? You will have to close your mind then. And that is some kind of mind of scripture, mind of thoughts of other. Because then only someone can attain something that is of someone else's consciousness. If I tell you something wrong about your conscious world, some people think if I tell you something wrong, then I will attain your consciousness, I will attain your life. Rather than I will attain my life, I will steal your life. If I tell you something wrong, that means I have been hiding something from you. And that hiding, I cannot hide. If you somehow, in some time of the world, you get to know that conscious soul, then you will think of me that this person was right or wrong. Not about now, but it is about your and mine too. Because I know within you is the same conscious world, that is I am living. And to live along with you, that will be more powerful, more energetic, and more joyous, rather than just sitting and doing japas. We have to be conscious about that life joy, because otherwise it is a total waste. that is total waste. You read books, you do mantras, you won't find anything in that. Because that is mind trick. That 108 mantras and you will get something good. That is a mind trick. Yeah, you will lose your meaning if you keep on doing that. Life is more and more conscious thing that must be given to you totally free in abundance. Because if I take meaning of mine with your consciousness, then it is like I am also missing something. Because I am also missing my consciousness. But if I have attained it somehow, then I am also available for you. That is that consciousness. But believe that chants are of specials, japas are of special, and speciality you have to lose sometime. If you can hold it, then hold it with your conscious mind. And you won't understand again the consciousness is not mind. And mind means course of repeating actions. What you do every day. Mind gain control of that. And mind put you on the same routine and your consciousness sleeps. That sleeping is not consciousness. That is unconscious. To become conscious of unconsciousness, to become conscious of the sleep, that will be the consciousness. The third eye, when you are available and when you can see your sleep, that you are sleeping and you accept it, that is called consciousness. You won't be able to do just within that video. And this discourse recording won't help you that much. You have to be totally available. You have to attend some programs. You have to make availability of what you can give. Then I am sure that something is again more spiritual, more religious. Till the time eternity is there, you will be more powerful, conscious soul. Till then, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.